of the rising stars in women's boxing. Mikiah Krepps is the latest in a long line of recent U.S. amateur standouts that have entered the pro ranks. And Krepps hopes that she can be as dominant as most of them have been. Thus far, that has been the case, as the pride of Niagara Falls, New York, has started her career 5-0 and inked a promotional deal with Hall of Famer Lou DiBella, likely the most experienced promoter in the country when it comes to developing women's talent. Krepps is led to the ring tonight, as always, by her mother, Deborah, a former Golden Gloves amateur standout herself. And we are ready for the official introductions. We send it back up to Pierre Bernier.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to all the fight fans watching us live from around the world on the Zone. This next bout scheduled for 6 action-packed rounds in the bantamweight division. Your judges are Deborah Wong, Alan Davis, and Jasper Kujawski. Your referee, the third man inside the ring, Mr. Rocky Zolnerchik. Introducing first, in the blue corner, she weighed in at 124 pounds at the scale. Professional record, 6 wins in 11 outings, with 2 big wins coming by way of knockout. From Baja California, Mexico, Elena Cina Martinez. Her opponent, scaled in 128 pounds, professional record, 5 wins, 2 coming by way of knockout. She is undefeated from Niagara Falls, New York. Ladies and gentlemen, Mikiah Krepps.
Went over the instructions in change room. Effective obey my commands at all times. Touch up. No banging.
So as Mikiah Krepps and Elena Martinez get ready to do battle, we welcome in the third member of our broadcast team and the second world champion at our desk, the Magic Man, Paulie Malignaggi. Paulie, welcome.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me, man. Looking forward to a good show.
So round 1 now underway. Mikiah Krepps in the red trunks trimmed with gold. Elena Martinez in the turquoise trimmed with gold. This one's scheduled for 6 2-minute rounds in the featherweight division. And Mikiah Krepps, as always, likes to kind of aggressive tempo from the outset. Paulie, not a face-forward brawler, but certainly a pressure fighter, always trying to stay in front of her opponent.
Yeah, well, you can see here she's trying to give a physical presence and give some mental stress to Martinez. You know, she's trying to present herself in front. And Martinez is therefore, she starts to panic, she starts to throw punches. Maybe she's not gonna usually throw, and maybe make that mistake. She just being in front of her. Now she's starting to use that jab as well. You know, again, when you present like a constant physical presence in front of your opponent, a lot of times you can cause them a little bit of stress and pressure bust pipes, so you end up creating those mistakes that you can take advantage of.
We're seeing already that this is kind of a game for Mikiah Krepps. She's not necessarily an active jabber. The jab is almost a decoy for the hook, which is what she really wants to throw to get on the inside.
Yeah, and also, but you know, again, keeping herself there, using that jab, eventually will open up the hook like it did right there. It's, you saw Martinez reaching in and getting caught with the hook over the top of that lunging right hand.
Krepps won bronze at the 2019 World Amateur Championships. She landed a nice left hook there and a right hand over the top.
Martinez gives you opportunities, though. You know, she's tough, she's game, but she attacks square. She tries to come in from the front door. So there's a lot of opportunities for Krepps to use some creative shots to hit her with if she's thinking.
Yeah, looks like she hit her with one there, and that will be ruled a knockdown, a left hook. Floors Martinez right at the bell.
The quick check left hook ready to bell. Corey caught her. She stepped in. Let's see if we can get another look at it here. Krepps comfortable in there, jabbing. And it's been Martinez walking forward, and as she comes in, I think she gets clipped with the left hook right there.
And Martinez makes a mistake that a lot of lower level fighters make. She wants to get in distance to punch, but what happens is they don't use the punches to get themselves in distance. They first try to get there and then punch.
Yeah, they're walking without punching.
Yeah, so if you get there, if you want to get there and then punch, yeah, if you're fighting a good fighter, they're going to walk you into those shots. And you saw Martinez pay the price there at the end of that round. She tried to step in and then throw that overhand right. It was on its way, but she stepped first, unfortunately for her, and Krepps was able to use that hook.
Martinez taking some extra time in the corner here. And that is it.
That hook was enough for her. Is that all right? That's enough.
So a little bit, I won't say a disappointing result, but maybe a disappointing outing, guys. I'm sure you want to get more out of your training camp than what Krepps was able to get here tonight.
That's also the reason why, as a prospect, you have to keep a busy schedule. Because sometimes along the line, you get these kind of fights, you know, where you get work, but it's not really a lot of work. So you want to keep a busy schedule and get back in the ring as soon as possible. Martinez took that hook, and then she said, "All right, that's all I need to take tonight."
We'll take a look at the final knockdown, which produced the end of the fight.
She stepped in, like Paulie was saying, she's got hit with that check left hook. It wasn't a monstrous shot, but
no, but that's the thing, Chen. You know, once you're stepping in square. Your balance isn't there either. That was some power and some balance there, you know, because she's kind of falling in fully squared. She doesn't even have her legs fully under her. So Krepps was able to use that decoy hook. It was a nice hook because she checked it and she spun out. So therefore, Martinez had nobody to fall on top of. She fell right to the ground.
Well, again, to add further context here, again, Martinez, 41 years of age, also came in 4 pounds underweight and literally had to eat her way up to an acceptable weight for the commission here just to take part in this fight. So a lot working against her here, guys.
That's the only good problem she had. She was able to eat.
Mikiah Krepps will improve to 6-0. Certainly excited to see more of Krepps. We mentioned her amateur boxing background, and you know, really, as we've seen, the U.S. national amateur team for women has basically been a conveyor belt that has produced world champions with very few exceptions.
Yeah.
And Krepps, you would think, you look at her skill and her size at bantamweight, she is someone to watch out for.
Yeah, and you know, I personally always think the amateur system is very, very important in order to you know, use that as a conveyor belt to the pros. You know, I really believe in the fact that fighters should have an amateur career because it gives them a really good foundation, good basis, and of course for somebody like Krepps, gives her that confidence as well that she was very successful in the amateurs.
All right, we're ready to make this one official. Let's send it back up to Pierre Bernier.
Ladies and gentlemen, official time. 2 minutes of the first round. The corner calls a halt to the contest. Your winner and still undefeated, Mikiah Krepps.
So Mikiah Krepps will celebrate on this side of the border here tonight, the pride of Niagara Falls, New York. Who started boxing at the age of 5, now 6-0 as a professional, and a very unique story, as we mentioned. Her fighting inspiration, her mother, Deborah Fields Krepps, who you saw in her corner here tonight, now her trainer. Her mom, Deborah, was a nurse who took up boxing as a means of getting in shape and wound up winning a couple of Golden Gloves titles in her 30s, and then raising quite a fighter in Mikiah Krepps. We'll be back with more action. Our co-feature is coming up next.
Chain Line makes